Hey guys, I'm Mike from Type 1 Weekly, and today I wanted to talk about hyper and hypoglycemia, or for short, high and low blood glucose. So, first thing, we really need to know what causes high and low blood sugars, and all of this information that I'm about to say is found on the American Diabetes Association website, and it's found in the description below. So, hyperglycemia is the medical term for high blood glucose, and blood glucose levels typically above 250 milligrams a deciliter is considered high. Some of the causes of high blood sugar is not dosing enough insulin, eating more than expected, stress, illnesses, or a combination of all of the above, and probably a whole bunch of other things that I'm missing. But how you can treat it is exercising, planning your meals and portions, and what you're eating. So your diet plays a big role. Giving insulin at the right time, and really to find out what works best for you is trial and error. But I would talk to your diabetic management team to understand a little bit better about that for your specific case. So when my blood glucose is high, I can usually tell because I become more irritable and my face and my ears turn red. And why this is so serious is because if it's not corrected over a long period of time, and that period is really dependent on the person, it can lead to ketoacidosis or a diabetic coma. Personally, I've only experienced this once, and it was when I was diagnosed, and I was in the ICU for 5 days while the doctors and nurses had me all hooked up to all these monitoring systems and training me on my diet and how to do my insulin shots, and really it was just a big training session on what I need to do in the future. Hypoglycemia, or low blood glucose, typically around 70 milligrams a deciliter is where it's healthy to stay above. And some common signs, and this list is long, but shaky, being nervous, anxious, sweating, chills, clamminess, irritable or impatience, confusion, fast heartbeat, lightheaded or dizzy, hungry, nausea, color draining from the skin, feeling sleepy, feeling weak, no energy, blurred impaired vision, numbness in the lips, tongues, or cheek, headaches, coordination problems, clumsiness, nightmare, and seizures. But really the only way that you can know if you're experiencing low blood sugar is if you check your blood glucose levels with your CGM or your blood glucose monitor. And some of the most common treatments for low blood glucose is the 15 and 15 rule. So eating 15 milligrams of carbohydrates and checking your blood sugar 15 minutes after. Really, there's all sorts of foods that can help get you out of your low blood sugar, but I use peanut butter most commonly. it has, 8 to 10 carbohydrates per serving. I usually have 2 servings of that in 1 spoonful. And also I often eat peanut butter right before bed just to keep my blood sugars from dipping too low while I sleep. In the short amount of time that I've been steadily working out over the last few months and changing my diet to lose some weight and become healthier, I've experienced more lows in that 2 or 3 month window than I have in the previous 5 years. So when I have low blood sugars, I feel shaky, hungry, and really just all around terrible. That's really the best I can explain it. But lows are very scary because you're disoriented at the same time most of the time. And a few different methods, after a few different methods of treating my lows, I figured out what was best for me was fruit. So apples, oranges, watermelons, cherries. Oranges are the ones that I use most commonly. And I try to stay away from, bread and other bread products because they're high in carb. And they make my blood sugar spike like through the roof most of the time. Also, along with that, I monitor my blood glucose hundreds, if not thousands of times a day, now that it's easier to do so with my glucose levels being on my pump, my phone, and on my watch. It's on my watch now too. It's made it a whole lot easier to see where I'm trending and what foods and activities affect my blood sugar for my specific case. And I've managed to keep in my target range 80% of the time for almost a month now. So I hope some of this information helps. And everyone's conditions is a little bit different. So what works for me might not work for you, but I'd really like for you guys to put in the comments how you manage your low blood sugars. I'm Mike, and this is Type 1 Diabetic Weekly, signing out. Life is not about waiting for the storm to pass, but learning to dance in the rain.